Kia ora. In today's headlines, the Salvation Army has called for a collaborative approach to tackling this country's social problems. Director of Social Policy, Major Campbell Roberts, told New Zealand's Rima that the latest State of the Nation report shows a growing divide
of people who have and people who don't have, and I think also the way in which we're attacking policy is from the side of the people who do have. We often see the problems as being ones of productivity, of deficit.
Major Roberts said although youth were losing out to older skilled workers, he acknowledged there were some improvements.
One of the things that's improving, for instance, is the improving rates of enrolment for Māori in terms of early childhood education, the closing of the gap in NCA pass rates between high and low decile schools.
The Department of Labour has been applauded for shutting an underground mine. Its newly revamped High Hazards Unit has closed the mine for continuing to breach health and safety regulations despite warnings. The unit was established following the department's interactions with Pike River. The trial of the Urewera 4 has finished for the week. The court was shown a DVD of around half a dozen people walking through thick bush, wearing balaclavas, mostly dressed in camouflage, some carrying rifles. An audio tape of gunshots recorded on that same morning was also played. Weta Workshop founder Sir Richard Taylor has been named Kiwibank's New Zealander of the Year. He was praised for being a global player in the movie industry, but firmly basing himself here in New Zealand. And Canterbury University student Sam Johnson has been named Young New Zealander of the Year. He galvanized thousands of students into clearing liquefaction after the Canterbury earthquakes. The third phase of the Pike River Royal Commission of Inquiry has wrapped up. A preferred theory as to why the mine exploded has come to light. The fourth and final phase of the hearings is scheduled for April. Auckland's Rugby World Cup plastic waka could become a permanent fixture on the city's waterfront. Nearly 400,000 people visited the waka and artisan village at the viaduct over 10 days during the tournament. The Ngāti Whātua o Ōrākei Māori Trust Board says that's good enough reason for local and central government to support a cultural centre on the waterfront. To international news, the United Nations General Assembly has overwhelmingly approved a resolution on the situation in Syria. It condemned human rights violations by that government and calls on President Bashar al-Assad to end the violence. The resolution introduced by Egypt is similar to one vetoed in the Security Council earlier this month by Russia and China. Thousands of fans have come from near and far to pay respects to American singer Whitney Houston ahead of her funeral this Sunday. She was known to struggle with substance abuse, though the cause of her death is yet to be determined. Her body has been flown to her hometown in New Jersey for burial this weekend. And finally, new official portraits of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II and the Duke of Edinburgh have been released to mark her Diamond Jubilee. In the photos, the royal couple wears their New Zealand honours. Buckingham Palace has also issued a prayer which will be used for the Queen's coronation anniversary service in June. Well, that's the news from the team at RBG News. For Marie.